So we're going to continue now with payment for ecosystem services. From GRID-Arendal, we're now proud to have finalized publication, Vital Graphics, on payment for ecosystem services. It's actually only available in ebook, so this thing is just here to tease you a little bit. So you have to go to our website to see the full ebook and the iPhone application and the iPad application, so for mobile devices. What we wanted to do is payment for ecosystem services is something is complex, and we wanted to highlight the concept and the selected market segments, 5 in total, and also look at the role that natural capital can play in environmental conservation as well as poverty alleviation. Basically, we want to address the potential benefits of ecosystems-based economic development. It's a visual presentation. So here you see the overview slide of the 23 ecosystem services that we address, and also the 5 market segments, and all within the 4 categories of the various ecosystem services. So you have the provisional services, regulating services, supporting, and cultural. So we're building this on the WRI report from 2008, their divisions. This is just a map, so you can orient yourself with the graphics within the publication. I'm now going to show a little animation from one of the case studies, the market segment on landscape beauty. And it's coming up right here.
Tanzania, East Africa. The Tarangire ecosystem in North Tanzania is teeming with life. The combination of wood, bush, and open grassland provides a range of habitats. The largest protected area within the ecosystem is Tarangire National Park. Over the past 10 to 15 years, the wildlife populations have undergone a substantial decline. In the village of Derat, 50 kilometers east of the national park, its 3,500 people traditionally raise livestock. One of the natural wildlife migration corridors links the village and the national park. Historically, a fine balance was maintained between the grazing needs of wildlife and livestock. But over time, hunting, farming, and a growing human population have diminished wildlife numbers. Due to the economic importance of tourists who come to view the wildlife, conservation in the area is essential. Therefore, in 2004, a group of tourism operators entered into a payment for ecosystem services type of agreement with the community. It provides an annual payment of about $4,500 to the Derat village. This gives the village an incentive to protect an essential portion of wildlife habitat. As part of the agreement, about a quarter of the Derat village has been set aside as a protection zone known as an easement area. In this area, farming and permanent settlements are prohibited. Community revenues from the agreement have been invested in infrastructure, such as new primary schools. A second project has been set up to protect the Tarangire elephant and is also creating new jobs. This project provides $3,500 a year for village scouts to support anti-poaching efforts. The scouts monitor the easement area and work as tourist guides for the wildlife viewing. They also participate in education activities. There is still a need for wildlife populations to increase. In 1994-95, when driving 1 kilometer through the park, you would see about 55 animals. In 2003, the number had decreased to 24. The number of visitors to the Tarangire National Park has grown exponentially, from 7,290 visitors in 1988 to 85,000 in 2004.
So, you see, this is why we also work with the electronic aspects and not with print, because you can't get an animation like that on in print. However, I'm going to go back to summarize our presentation. GRID-Arendal is actually, we're a collaborating center with UNEP, and we work on making a bridge between science and policy. And this is why we attempt to simplify the messages, not put in all the complex data, but simplify so that it's possible to bring this into policy. Our work on PES is actually quite new, but we see great new opportunities for science and policy through visual communication and case-based learning. So this is why we have highlighted cases in order to get the message across in this publication. We are looking for interested parties to continue this work, and specifically on capacity development. Also tomorrow we're doing a work group on TEEP for Oceans. It will not be directly on PES, but PES is one of the tools we will also address within TEEP. And that's work group number 2. So hope to see many of you there. Thank you.